We would like to welcome Joe and Anthony from Indulgence and the Kitchen Farnborough onto the red sofa. To get us started, would you like to tell us a bit about Indulgence?
Hi, yes, we've got two businesses actually. So we've got Indulgence Boutique Hospitality, which is an event catering company. And in fact, last year, alongside all the other corporate events we did 150 weddings, so it's quite a sizable business. And then we've also got the restaurant. We're sat here in the garden. So we've been operating both businesses for 18 years for the restaurant and 15 years for Indulgence. So
Yes.
yeah, we've been around a while.
15 long.
Can you tell us why you chose to work with Roger and the team at Essendon and some of the differences that have been made to your business?
I think it's fair to say we hate accounts,
Yes.
and that has probably been, the kind of hardest learning curve we've had since we've been in business. We're naturally quite creative, and so the finer detail and the accounts has always been daunting to us.
Yeah, I think that anything detail-wise is not our bag at all. We are creatives, and that's what we do. So we make things happen, and we make the magic. What we need is people associated with our business that can actually bring the detail to it, and the mechanics that make that work. And that comes across all professions, whether we're dealing with an architect or an accountant. We need the right people to do that and to deliver that for us. Somebody who can cross the T's, dot the I's, add up more than 2 and 2 is helpful, especially if you want to stay in business, as long as we have, and we've learned over the years that we need those people. Sometimes it takes a while to find the right people to do that.
We've worked with 3 different accountants over the years. We've been in business before we met Roger. A large high street accountant that we thought, oh brilliant, the big name over their front door, but actually they didn't deliver on any level what Roger and the Essendon team deliver. It was very much a case of, chasing us for year-end accounts and then, telling us whether we've had a bad year or a good year, at which point it's far too late to do anything about the year that's gone past.
Yeah.
So I think the best thing about working with Roger has been now we have monthly planning meetings, so we feel much more in control of the accounts. And we have, both quite seasonal businesses, and you can look at the accounts at the beginning of the year, it can appear quite daunting. And Roger will talk us through that and guide us through, what the accounts are going to look like at the end of the year opposed to at the beginning of the year.
As part of the service you receive from Essendon, you are given insight into future trends and possible cost increases such as inflation. What benefits do you take from this?
Well, on the occasions that we actually listen to that, which we should listen to it more, and I know that we do, but no, it's really, really helpful to know that we've got somebody that's actually paying attention to what's going on, changes in legislation, etc., and as you say, changing trends, etc., and that sort of stuff. We need somebody that's whispering that in our ear and telling us, okay, be prepared for this, think about this may happen to your business, and the effects it will have on your business, because we just carry on thinking, oh, let's do this and let's do that and let's wear a wooden hat and let's do all this stuff, but we actually need somebody else in our business that's saying, guys, look at this, because this may have an effect on your business if you don't start to plan or react to it.
And that's the crucial thing, is we're much more in control of forward planning now, and that's down to Roger, both in terms of looking at our accounts in detail and looking at areas. I think the biggest thing has been about finding where we're profitable and finding where we're not profitable. So by his input, we've been able to move the business in the direction that is profitable, whereas before we were just going,
Doing that.
yeah.
That sounds good, let's do that.
Yes, yeah.
So,
Running a family business must have its highs and lows. Are you able to discuss how Essendon helps to relieve stress and tension to avoid taking the problems home with you?
Oh, totally. And in fact, I think the biggest, we were chatting about Roger a couple of years ago, and said it's like having a business godparent, because you've got, obviously I phone my godparents and shares the highs and lows in my life with them, but when we've got Roger, since we've had Roger on board, we've been able to share the highs and lows of business, financial side of the business, which has been great. So I will phone him up sometimes in a panic, but equally I'll phone him up and say, oh, we've had a great month, or we've just bagged a really great contract, and it's his genuine interest in us and the business that we really value. And particularly it saves me, kind of all the time moaning at you, doesn't it? Trying to worrying about the business. Roger will always put things in perspective.
Yeah, I think he should move in. Actually, I think he'd be much better. So, I think the reality is that again, it comes back to having somebody else in the business that can, explain things much easier. Yeah, I think even cash flow from point of view of that isn't just a perfect example of saying, do you know what, guys, don't pay it now. You've got X amount now. Yes, it doesn't look brilliant, but your forward business and bookings are extremely good. It's going to be fine. Do not worry. It's about the long. It's like the long term, not about the short term with it. And and that actually explaining your balance sheet and all the rest of it, and helping you to realise that this is good. This is fine. Don't worry. It's going to be good if you do X, Y, and Z. If you don't, if you do B, C, and F, you've had it. Right? But listen to this, and then we'll be okay. So but he can move in.
And actually, we joke about the business godparent, but it's a much more serious role, really, in terms of keeping us on the straight and narrow. But almost Roger acts as a financial director within the company, so we, really value being able to call him up and chat through different issues with him.
Yeah, and I think also it helps as well having something like Essendon in your back pocket, as it were, is that you can actually you can be perceived by other businesses as a bigger and more professional business as well, because they take you more seriously. You say, actually, I've got a financial director that's going to sit in on this meeting with us, and they say, oh, okay, and they pay a little bit more attention to you and take you a little bit more seriously. We need somebody to take us seriously.
There are people out there maybe thinking about changing accountants or want to start up a new business. What advice would you give them when looking for an accountant?
Firstly, I wish we'd met Roger right back when we started our business in Essendon. The team are amazing, and his involvement has varied from a phone call overlooking our cash flow forecasts or profit and loss accounts and kind of deciphering it for us. But actually, when we've got an in-house accountant that runs all our accounts in the office, and actually I shortlisted down to 2 candidates, and I was just like, I've got no idea who would be the better person for our business. And Roger came along and did the final interview, and I said to him, that shows the level of trust actually, because I said to him, I've got 2 really good candidates, who do I choose? And in fact we chose Sue, who's brilliant and works quite closely with Roger, but she's been with us for 3 years now and is just brilliant, and they worked quite closely together. And I think so that depending on what level of input Roger has into your business, whether it's small or large, he's a valuable asset, and the team at Essendon. So in terms of whether it's daunting changing accountants, I don't even recall. I remember thinking about it for ages. It was very important we found the right person in Roger and the team at Essendon, but actually I just remember signing some papers. The team at Essendon did all the hard work behind the scenes.
That's great. Thanks, Joan Anthony of Indulgence in the Kitchen, Farnborough, for your time and for sharing with us your experience with Essendon and Roger, the business godparent.